Okay, when you open up FlipCalcs, you get the main menu screen, which is this. And I'm just going to go through a few of these to show you how it works. Let's say the phone rings and you've got somebody that wants to sell a house. The first thing you might want to do is just click on the remaining principal balance calculator. And you can put in the address, 1223 Main Street, whatever it is. And look, we have some data here from the last time I used it. So let's clear this page and let's start again. 123 Main Street. And then tab over to the loan amount, and they tell you that they borrowed $250,000, and they borrowed this in 2003, and at that time they got a rate of 6%, and the term was a 30-year loan, and they estimate the market value on the property now to be $345,000. And I'm just making these numbers up, but as soon as you tab out of that, you see you've got the calculation. $1,499 is their principal and interest payment. The estimated loan balance is $170,000, and that means they've, based on this market value, they've got a net equity of $174,000. This sounds like someone that you really want to talk to and get a little bit more information from, right? So you've got some basic numbers on the house. What are you going to do with the house? Well, you're talking to them and you're asking them what they're looking for. In the meantime, you're clicking on main menu and you go into your quick rehab estimator and you're looking at this. Now, I'm not going to explain all of the mechanics of this. We have a video. You can click on these videos anytime and you can see what's going on. But here we're just going to put the number, and the number that we typically use is 25 for a rehab multiplier. The house has 1,900 square feet. It was built in 2002, and we're not adding any square footage to it, and there's nothing weird about it. So now we've got an estimated rehab of $56,000. See, this button here says click to use this number in the quick Mayo. So let's do that to see what we can offer. Oh, and we've decided that they told us that the house is worth $345,000 in the first conversation. So that tells us that our Mayo is $185,500. Now, as we're talking to them, they tell us that the least they can take for the house is $225,000. And you can see here there were $40,000 off. But it just seems like there's a lot of equity and there are other possibilities. So let's go back to the main menu and let's start setting this up as a linked offer so we can see what the possibilities here. We got 123 Main Street, and you may decide you want to just do this all the time. Whenever I'm talking to someone who calls in, I get the phone number and the email from them first. We're going to skip over that now, but we established that the house was built in 2002 and it has a square footage of 1,900 and it has a loan amount of $250,000 and a loan year of 2003 and interest rate of 8, and the term in years is 30, and the estimated market value is $345,000. And then we ask them what their monthly payment is. Now, we know that their monthly payment is $1,894 principal and interest, but there's taxes and insurance on that probably. Probably they have escrows. And they tell us that their monthly payment is actually $2,231. And again, I'm just making numbers up as we go through this. They don't have any other loans or liens, but you can calculate those things. And you could see it just takes you a few minutes. It doesn't take you any extra time because these are all questions you need to ask when you're taking the phone calls anyway. And pretty soon you have a full range. Let's say they do have loans and liens. Maybe they have a $10,000 home equity line of credit, and their payment on that is $58 a month. And they tell you that their taxes on the property are $2,400 a year, and insurance is $1,200 a year. And you do a little research. Maybe multitasking while you're talking, or maybe you just know the area well enough to know that you could rent this house out for $1,900 a month. And then what kind of repairs are needed? You've got a default repair budget already calculated, and it's the same one that we got when we used the other formula. But you're hearing them say the house is really in great shape and they've kept it maintained, and all you might need to do is paint the house. So you think that you could probably make this house market ready for $15,000. And rent ready repairs, you can probably get it ready for rent for even less than that, $10,000. Again, you're going to do your own research on these numbers. I'm just showing you how the calculator works. The lowest they say they can take is $225,000, and that presents the challenge in this situation. You can come up with a proposed purchase price, but here, you notice as we were going through this, you may have noticed this little click for seller financing information popped up. What I want you to see in this little quick demo is all of your calculations are showing up here in the purple. And as you go through this and begin to just follow the logical path, and it will become second nature to you, you're getting an idea of what's going to be involved in flipping this house or renting this house. And eventually you can make it over to a summary page that's going to show you all of the 6 possibilities. That's a quick overview in how the program works.